and Craig Smoak.
It might be the best conditions perhaps ever at Augusta National, the first round of the Masters. Hardly any breeze or wind. Obviously, the course is playing very, very well. Players are going way under par. Art Stricklin from Augusta National, PGA Tour Columnist, joins us now on 365 Sports with Craig Paul and David Smoak. Art, have you ever seen them attack the course like they're doing today?
Not on a dry day, David. It's a dry day. They're not throwing darts at a soaked green, really going low. But what a leaderboard! I've always said that the majors bring out the top players, and certainly they're doing that today.
Are you surprised a little bit about Brooks Koepka?
I don't think so. I really don't. Smokey, we've talked about this before. Great players use anything they can find to motivate themselves. And his motivation is he wants to prove he didn't make a mistake with LIV Golf. He wants to show people he can play for LIV, he can take the money, and he's still the baddest guy out here. And that's his whole motivation. And let's be honest, anybody that watched that Netflix series like I did, he didn't come off very good. He came off as a total basket case, to be honest with you. So I think he's motivated to show people that he is still at the top of the game. So really not surprised at all, Smokey.
I wasn't sure if it was him or what now is his wife. They both together were like, they just seemed like they were all over the place. But he has and was at one point as dominant. We know Spieth at one point had his dominance, and he, of course, is right there in the middle of it. It would have surprised you among the names at the top. Hovland, Rahm, Koepka, Young, Cam Young can hit it a mile. Day, Sam Burns, Lowry, any of those in particular surprise you?
Well, I think that John Rahm would surprise me if he's there on Sunday. This is the hardest golf course on the tour. There's a disaster at every turn, and he is so emotional, and he can get so high and low on shots that, he's got as much talent or more talent than maybe anybody out here. But just the fact that, he's there after day one is nice. But I know you had Lee Trevino on your show earlier this week, and I talked to Lee back in December when he celebrated his 82nd birthday. And Lee, I said, Lee, who do you like out there? He goes, the man I like is Victor Hovland. He said he's got all the shots, but the thing I like about Victor the most is that you don't ever know whether he's just made eagle or made double bogey. Very calm, controlled presence, and, I really like Hovland. I think that guy's a star in the making. And so it's certainly proven Lee right today.
Did Tiger rush back too soon?
I don't think so. I just think it is. I don't know if you read Joe LaCava's quote in the New York Post today. Joe said, his caddy, he said, if this was not Augusta, Tiger would not be playing. He has so much respect for this tournament and so much respect for this course that he's going to play, if he had to crawl down the fairway. So I really think it's Joe said, he goes, if Tiger could take a cart, which will never happen, he said he would dominate this tournament. He's got all the shots.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
But, he just, it is what it is. He's just a compromised golfer. But tough day today. That's what people don't realize. And I was on your show last year. I said this. Breaking par day one last year after not playing in 500 days may be the most impressive single round of his life.
All right, I'm going to ask you about Jordan Spieth. He got to 4 under at the turn, parred 10, bogeyed 11, doubled 13. He's back to 2 under, I think. Maybe back to 1 under par. He just may have bogeyed another hole. But he's got. I think he has. He's kind of all over the place now. He obviously can go low, but isn't he also in a way someone who could spray it at any time with his driver?
He and John Rahm are very similar out here. The only difference is he has won here, and he dominated when he won. But or talk about a guy that's super emotional, can go up and down in a moment's notice. Just is not good at. That's not good at Augusta. He's just not. And that's why Scotty Scheffler's a great pick this week. Sam Burns is very good. Victor Hovland, as Lee said, excellent pick this week. This is not a course for an emotional player. It's just not.
Paul, you have Jason Day, Jordan Spieth, Koepka, and Hovland, they're all under par. Paul, in our pick'em contest, a pretty good run. Jason Day, this is a great story because we know he's battled vertigo. He's a great ball striker, and he had a heck of a day.
Yeah, what kind of talent. I saw him in Austin working hard on the range. He's just always injured, kind of like Steve Elkington. You know, Steve Elkington once said, I get the same injuries that everyone else does, but mine are 10 times worse. And that's kind of Jason Day. I mean, he gets injuries, but his injuries are a lot worse than other people's injuries.
Morikawa just tapped in. He's 3 under par for the day. How about this rookie, the amateur in Sam Bennett? He almost looks like Will Zalatoris, who had to withdraw. But, I mean, he is playing himself a heck of a round as an amateur.
How about Birdie Eagle to start today? There's your starting 2 holes as an amateur the first time you ever play Augusta National in competition. Birdie Eagle, 3 under after 2 holes. Thank you very much.
Art, the weather is supposed to get nasty, wet, whatever, which means wet. The greens are even more, you could go after everything if you could just, be patient. What is the weather forecast, and how does that affect those who are playing this afternoon? Will they get an easy course if they do get out there early tomorrow?
Yeah, I think the rain is really supposed to come tomorrow afternoon, and Saturday is supposed to be terrible if you believe the forecast. So I think the morning group will be fine. The afternoon group could really struggle, and then Saturday's just going to be a survival test if you believe the forecast.
What has it been like, the atmosphere? You've been there many times. I'm fortunate to have been there a handful of times. What was it like today?
Oh, just great, Smokey. It really is. Seeing Jack tee off and seeing Gary and Tom and tee off, that's just magic. I mean, it's just, what is that line in Field of Dreams? We're selling nostalgia here. Nostalgia you have in nostalgia. And that's what it is. It's just pure nostalgia to see our heroes teaming up one more time. That's just awesome. I mean, I thought it was hilarious that my friend Steve Ethan, who is now the tournament director, used to be the media chairman, tried to tee the ball up for Jack, and Jack says, no, I got this. I got it. And removes his tee and puts his own tee down in there. I mean, it's magical. The par 3 was great. Seeing Larry do the Black Kit, seeing Bing Crenshaw and Carl Jackson together at the par 3. It's just a treat. Just a really treat. Jerry Miller from Waco came and took a buddy this week. And Jerry had been before. His buddy never had, and he just said, it's lived up to every expectation I could ever have coming to the Masters.
That's great.
It's a magical and great weather. That doesn't hurt either.
No, it's and I've been there when it's rained and there's been delays and they've had to continue the next morning. My last question for you, Art, as always, we appreciate it. Art, Baylor University graduate, PGA Tour columnist, also has Paul, what's the name of the site for you to take people on those trips, Art?
Yeah, it's called The Art of Golf Travel.
The Art of Golf Travel.
We have eight people here this week.
That's awesome.
TheArtofGolfTravel.com. 8 people here this week. Like I said, Jerry Miller from Waco, Richwood guy, and, other people are here. So, really good. Your buddy Doug McNamee is going to be here for the weekend.
There you go.
I told him to bring a parka, and really a good time at TheArtofGolfTravel.com.
It will never be there cold this weekend as it was in 2007 when Zach Johnson won it, though. Never.
Let's hope not.
Last thing is at 13, they extended the tee box back. It's longer. I didn't see a lot of guys going for it in 2. I think some did. How did that kind of turn out today?
Oh, I think that they were really playing around with it. I saw in the practice round yesterday, I saw Koepka drop 2 balls. And it's hard to tell because I was, further back. But it looked like he hit maybe a 5-iron on the first shot and knocked it in the water. He hits a 3-iron on the second shot, knocks it on the green. So a lot of experimentation. But look at Spieth makes double there today. I mean, there's a disaster at every hole on this course.
Absolutely.
And so that's what makes it so great. And that's why you got to be even keeled. That's why Scotty Scheffler, Sam Burns, Victor Hovland type is what you want here.
Spieth, by the way, birdied 15, so he's on the tee box at 16 and hit it pretty good off to the right side, pretty tight. Thank you, Art. Enjoy. I know you will. Jealous as possible that you're at Augusta National. Enjoy the weekend. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, come join us, theartofgolftravel.com. Love to have you. See you soon.
Theartofgolftravel.com. They've gone overseas. They've gone to the majors. They've gone to other great courses. They've gone to where they can play and or watch the tournaments. When we come back,